waiting for the email from the YouTube. Jess is running a little behind, but they just walked in. Burgle, burgle. Where's the email? I haven't got the email saying I'm live yet. I'm waiting for the email. It says that I'm live, does it? Yeah, it says I'm live. Hey, there's the email. There we go. It just took a second.
I haven't gotten my notification yet.
We will see. I didn't turn your mic on, so...
Okay, I'll get there.
I just didn't want you to put it on and be like, why can no one hear me?
I mean, because I would. I have done it before.
Same.
We've watched me do it.
Greetings, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
I feel like that. I feel like I need to just scream.
I have no mouth, yet I must scream.
Hey, there we are. Cool. I'm actually gonna like sit down, stay for a minute.
Oh my god, my controller made a noise. Don't do that.
Alright. Guess I'm gonna try this one first. It's a Carolina Quencher with the wheat ale with passion fruit, orange, guava, mango, and pineapple.
Anytime anyone says guava now, all I think of is ninja sex parties. Welcome to my parents' house. Because he starts going, would you? We have so many juices. Like we've got apple and mango and guava and apple. So many fucking fruits. And it's the guava.
Title of my autobiography: So many fucking fruits.
You know, I could dig it. So, this just came out. It is the Visions of Mana demo. It is, it's making noise from my control. Why must you do this, Sony? Let's see, can I turn that off?
Just sit here for a little bit. My marsupial's not doing anything.
Adjust the speaker display. Is there a way to
let
turn
go? Thank
this
you.
off?
Alright, what's going on here? Got it. Cool.
Controls, graphics, sound. There's no way to turn that off.
Oh man, y'all should see my pill box. Actually, I have a pill library. Because I have a separate box for each day. And I think the total is 14 pills a day. Yeah, including an herbal something for perimenopause. So that's fun.
The snowfall is already
Don't know how you
starting
feel
to
about
melt.
it.
What a relief.
Okay, so I can taste the fruit, which is great.
They're welcoming us. Great, wonderful. Can we get
I
out of the cold
am at the
already?
moment
Remind
tasting
me
too many
who it
hops,
was who
but
said
it
they
may
wanted to make
mellow
a
out
bunch of snowmen earlier?
as
I
it
never dwell on the past.
rises.
Focus on the
temperature a
now,
little bit.
Val.
As it rises,
Speaking of the here
the
and now,
hops will
we should
disperse.
discuss our plan. If we follow the falls, we'll reach a plateau.
Okay,
While
so
the harbor is
this
just
demo
beyond
just puts
that.
us in the middle of the fucking game.
As in ocean.
Cool.
I always wanted
Because
to
I'm
chase
assuming
the
that
sea.
we don't start off in the middle of the snowfield
The
with
ships there will take
like
us to
5
Astana,
people and what
capital
looks
of
to
the
be
deep.
the holy dragon
I hear
from
Astana
previous
is the
games.
largest city in the
Just
world.
kind of hanging out. So,
That's where we'll meet up with the Alma Water. Whoever they are, I hope they're ready for us.
Remember, we're not just picking up an all Manilastana.
It's also where we
So
will
we've got
request the rights of
Pin
the
and Cirque in chat already.
It's still a
Hello,
long way
everyone.
to get to the Tree of Mana. But the Queen of Illistana is
Yeah,
attentive
only
to
3
the
of
needs of
mine
the
are, like,
alms. She will pray for our safe passage.
supplements.
Yeah, the adorable cat person is a not cat woman. It
And
is,
we barely even set foot out the door, it seems.
and that's, you
I'm
know-
a cat man.
Oh, okay, so this is done by Square Enix, and they had a thing
Something wrong?
with cat girls and bunny girls. In
That thing is frozen
Final
solid.
Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XIV, there's a
Yep,
race of
nothing
cat
more than a
women
block of ice.
that's playable.
Wait,
In 14, I think you see the cat men, but they're not part of the playable race. It's that fucking cactus person again.
Are you okay? You were frozen solid a second ago.
He was in Trials of Mana, and I had to find like 50 of him. He's just hanging out 50 different places just because, you know, that's what he likes to do. Ring menu, switch character, move character, dash, control camera. I'm just mainly upset that I can't turn this off. You can choose to borrow the power of an elemental by going to the gear and selecting an elemental vessel. The vessels. With each class comes a different set of moves and choice of weapon. Oh, cool. Elemental plot. That is... Elemental points are used to advance along the elemental plot. Dun dun dun. Converting gold clovers found throughout the land into elemental points.
Excuse me.
Okay, so this is an interesting system. Excuse me. Do you have any gold clovers? With that, I can give you elemental powers and make you a god?
I mean, I can get some modeling clay and a whole bunch of paint. I have plenty of gold
did
glitter.
that plant thing drop something back there?
Yeah, it looks like a...
That is a big-ass sword. Axis, are you trying to dig your way under the door?
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna read it or what?
Karina! I can't just read that.
Oh my god.
Hi, boys.
Alright, I gotta look up, is there a way to turn that off?
Hey, boys. What are y'all
That
doing?
is just going to drive me insane.
Exits. Don't scratch at the carpet. Don't scratch at the carpet.
Son, don't scratch the carpet.
Come here, baby.
How do I turn off the sound? You get used to it. No, the fuck I don't want to get used to it.
Hi, Rowan. Are you also a cat
Holmes.
man?
Alright, let's do this. Home screen.
Come on.
We're going to go to settings.
Say hi to everybody. Hello. Look at my handsome-
Settings. Accessories. Controllers.
Hi, Axis.
Controller speaker. And we're just going to turn that off. Hi, lay down. There we go. Oh my god, it's so much nicer.
You right? Or can I?
I think you can. As long as you get it back to me next time we cross paths. Come on.
Hi, Axis. You are such a lovely boy. Hi.
It's moving
Yes.
a little fast, huh?
I got some
This is a
candy.
good time
Ooh,
to
piece of
try-
candy. Hi. Yes. Everyone's just like, I must love you. Love me, Father. Hi. Hi. There we go. You will sustain continuous if you fall into the bone-chilling water.
Try out the powers of the lunar globe.
Use the power, slow down time. Okay. R2.
Power of mana! Everything's slowed down. Watch your step here.
Hi, son. Yeah.
Freezing.
Hi. I do not need... That is very aggressive grooming. He's just... Stop.
Yes.
Hey, a gold clover. Some of that mysterious currency that I can use to upgrade magic
Sky
powers.
sure is bright. I love this kind of weather, especially after leaving a blizzard. Anything would be better.
I really don't like the giants.
Amazing.
Son!
Sounds like Ramco agrees with you.
He turned on my
Just what I need.
TV's smart menu.
This was
I mean,
our
not that
victory.
it matters, because it's not like I'm dying to any of this stuff. This is all pretty easy stuff, but still, I like to know what I'm
Got
doing.
some syrup. Yes.
Got some money.
What new unseen challenges?
I have a
await us?
feeling that this game is
Taking
just
this?
going to be so many things. Just so many things. Enjoy all the things. However, I do love the little turtle guys. Oh my god.
Okay, they're adorable.
They are knocking me on my ass.
I'm only just getting started.
And hey, hell, thank you for doing this. I really wish I had charge attacks. Okay, so the cat, oh my god, the cat boy has a dagger in his tail.
Nice.
You're fucking Nightcrawler is what you are, and I love it. I love it. Alright, slow the world down.
Freezing.
Not that it matters, because I can't seem to land on anything that I want to land on. I'm just going to take damage. To hell with it! Because my other companions will just, you know, Nightcrawler.
Looks like I'm in luck, huh?
I'm sorry, son. Did I disturb you?
No, you weren't petting him.
Is it just me?
I mean, that could still be that I disturbed him.
Yes.
After we defeat the first wave of attacks, we should be ready for more enemies rushing in from the shadows. These monsters fight.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. I can tell they're a
Thanks,
lot
Captain
there.
Obvious.
Hina,
Does she
stand
have
back,
one
okay?
dragon
You
wing?
don't wanna
Is
get
that what
caught
I'm
up in the
seeing on her
fray.
back?
Leave the healing to me, but don't do anything too reckless.
Do everything reckless.
Be careful, everyone.
Element types, weak, resistant, or immune. Okay. Enemies take increased damage if they're weak to it. No shit.
Thanks.
Ow.
Yeah,
That guy just ended me.
yeah, those fuck you up.
Thanks for the
do I have? Oh god, I'm being chased by things. I don't know what they are. Oh, I can be the cat boy! I'm half dead, but I can be... Enemy reinforcements, you say? To shreds, you say?
Oh shit, that is adorable. It's probably gonna kill you.
That, you know, that is something that happens in the Mana and the Dragon Quest games from Square Enix. The cuter it is, the more likely it is just to end you. That is one thing I'll always remember about Final Fantasy XI. No matter how high a level you were, no matter what gear and equipment and legendary weapons you may have obtained through, you know, weeks of real-time grinding, there's always going to be a rabbit that's going to kick your ass. Yeah, I didn't get the secret lair for Monty Python. They sold out of it like almost instantaneously.
Oh man.
Well, that
So
wasn't
okay,
bad. Now that Marley's here, I can take a break.
on Saturday,
A soul guard has to look after the alms,
Boxcar
but it
is
helps that you can
having
handle
a
yourself.
Way to make-
bikini bottom
We're
party
nearly-
because apparently there's a new Sandy Cheeks movie.
Okay.
But like the whole from noon until they close, it's all SpongeBob, and I'm trying really hard to be reasonable and not run there immediately.
So, when the whole train of thought from my for that was just, Boxcar is having a bikini and I'm like, that is not what I imagine a boxcar. It's like, oh, Bikini Bottom from
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Okay, that is very different.
SpongeBob themed
Those monsters
cocktails.
just kept coming, huh?
There
The
are
whole
bound to be
shebang.
more encounters like that in the future. Be prepared for an attack.
So,
at any moment.
Amber's brother
That's the
was
best
telling
way to
us
stay sharp.
about a restaurant that does a whole bunch of themed drinks. And, every, 6 months or so, they change out the
Feel
menu.
that warmth.
They had, all of their drinks were themed off of The Simpsons. So one was, I'm in danger.
Beyond the step is Rata Harbor. That's so
I'm ordering the fuck out of that.
Right? Just they had they had the Flamin' Mo. They had
Who is
they had something, but their mixed drinks looked hilarious because one of them was just I'm in
He
danger.
taught me swordsmanship when I first arrived in Ilistana. He's quite gifted with a blade.
It was
had
just
hoped to
I
ask
kind of
him
want
for
to
some
find the
assistance
full
before.
list again because he just
With a
he's
tender
like
arm,
when we
he was
went
left alone. Thankfully,
they
he was
had,
taken in by someone who lives in Ilistana.
all of
I
their
stayed
drinks
in
were
touch
based
with
off
him ever
of
since. It was through
Futurama,
my newfound guardian that I
Nice.
was introduced
and so
to
one of
Nova.
them was Slurm.
Guess everyone's got a story, don't they?
One of them was shut up and take my money.
I am glad to know at least one of us has been to Listana before.
Which is
I
honestly
should be able to keep us
what
from
they're
getting lost
doing
once
when
we
you
reach the
order
city.
there. Because
If
you know those
guys
things
out,
are
then
expensive.
I suppose we'll just have to continue on foot.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Yeah, no, I kind of always, I want a job where I am,
That's some ranch. Does Milpa take care of this place
a
on his own?
consultant on
does.
honey names
That's
for
gotta be
menus.
a lot of work.
This Milpa sounds like a pretty impressive person if you ask me.
I would have so much fun. Or developing cocktails to go with a punny name. I would have fun with that also.
I mean, I could get behind that. I think that would be an interesting.
Yes.
Someone had gold coins on their thatched roof cottage.
I mean, harder to steal, I guess.
Thatch roof cottages.
Like, they're gonna look under my mattress, so I'll just trick them all and put them on top of the house.
Kitty boys, what are you doing? Rowan, come here.
Which, speaking of
Plan our next move.
drinks and bars and stuff, so I
Got some syrup.
last week I went to Trosa and I got a shirt, an appropriate shirt for church.
Steamed there should have been one called steamed hams.
There should have been one called steamed hams.
Taking this.
I
Trosa
got
church appropriate
right.
shirt.
I got
Sorry, I just completely derailed you with that.
I got a trunk, like a steamer trunk, for $10 that I'm gonna turn into my bar. I'm very excited about this. I've been window shopping for furniture legs for the last week.
Oh, this view.
I don't see the Pacools.
Hi, son. How are you?
Cause yeah, I need to get the liquor off of my counter so I have more counter space to, do kitchen things.
Morley, I see you've
That is a
returned.
very well-groomed facial.
I was about to say, that is immaculate. I wish I had a beard
Don't
like
fret.
that.
This little one won't harm you.
I don't,
It's been a
actually.
while,
I,
Neil.
I guarantee you that would be a pain to
Good
maintain.
see you with companions this time. This is assuming you
Be
aren't
buying
their
you a shit ton
hired
of
lay.
beard oil every
These are my
Christmas and
friends.
Dapper Dan.
Friends.
get you a
Pomade.
little
Gone is the
Little
dower
beard
you
beard
brush.
brush.
when we last-
Well, so that's
I
funny
asked for
because
change of heart.
I was
So-
appointed the Alm of the Moon upon visiting.
Amber
This
got
is
me
actually really
Alm
good.
of the moon.
a bunch of
Your devotion
art
to the
that I've
past
yet
and
to put
reverence
up
for the power of
because
time
there's so
must
much of it.
enkindle
I
the
just
elemental spirits.
I need
Now
help
you
with
have been
the
entrusted
math
with
to
the
put
future.
this up. But it's all concept art from Lodos War. And
Nico and I
got
have
it off of
long
eBay. I thought
wanted
it was
something
much
like this for you.
less art
Thank you,
than
Mila.
what actually arrived. And she's like, you need to learn to read
Cannot
the
have the
eBay
alms
descriptions.
waste
I'm like,
precious days in the Lord.
apparently I do.
Time waits for no one,
But
nor should it.
That's cool.
she kept joking that it was, she was just getting me a beard maintenance kit. And so she put all of the art, because it just came as just like printed sheets, in a shoebox and put a thing on a beard maintenance kit.
Nice.
Makes beard balm. That's something. What goes into beard balm?
Friendly too.
Like,
right?
what is it made of?
These used to be wild.
The fact that someone can make it on their own
Right.
intrigues me.
They're tame. We should be able to traverse the steppe in no time on Picools. Get on.
I would imagine some beeswax and
So,
Take this. Whenever you need a ride,
Downtown
you can
Durham
summon the Pacools with that valve.
has a Burt's
May the
Bees
blessings of mana be with you on your journey.
We are in
location
your debt. Take care, Milva.
that you can see the beehive in. Because, Burt's Bee, they actually use
Shall we
bees.
get going?
They use beeswax
We should
for
stick with the
their,
group.
their lip
Let's
balm.
go. Hold on tight here.
Durham has one of the
Oh, I will.
headquarter
Yeah.
office.
Yeah,
So
it's-
that's
I
why we
cannot
have.
describe how
Yeah.
wonderful it felt to ride across the
And
vast
so, like,
countryside on the
it's
back
one of
of
those
a
things that
horse.
I forget
Together
who I
on
was
the
up
way to
there
the tree of
with,
mana.
but I
I
was
wished
at
that we
the
could
tobacco
continue our
campus where it's
exhilarating
at.
adventure
And
forever and ever. If only
It's someone that I don't talk to regularly
now
for
and for always.
this kind of reason. It's just like, oh, I didn't know Burt's Bees actually had beeswax in it.
It was heartening to see Milpa again after so long.
I-
The harbor isn't far if we take the Picools.
They're
That
so fast.
sounds like an
I've already got the
exhausting
hang of
person.
riding them, though.
Yeah.
Through the steppe and
So-
lots of harbor beyond.
Though I am admittedly very short on patience this week.
Same. I
Got some syrup.
had someone at work just ask me a question, and I walked away because I'm like, I can't answer this question without just making it sound like I'm gonna insult you, or like, because it was just like, I don't want to you know, give it away, but because if I say what the question was, it'd probably be very apparent to anyone I know that I work with who it was. And I don't know how many of my coworkers actually watch any of my stuff. Can I?
Because you have some just ask for the information and
yeah, some of them are like, oh, you do YouTube. What do you do on YouTube? It's like, I play video games and make a fool of myself. How do I get off the...
It's like a more bounder, but more canine.
We owe you.
I want one of those. Oh, speaking of AJ is starting Miss Andrews' bathhouse back up.
Yay!
Yeah, very excited.
It's sort of an oil-blended beeswax and shea butter and a few other conditioning. Interesting. Well, more power. If I actually took care of my facial hair, I would ask for a link to if they sell anywhere, but I don't actually take care of my facial hair. I mostly just shave it off, which I do need to shave now. My face is just itching me beyond all recognition, right? Because I just have not had the time or patience to actually do any, like, grooming beyond, you know,
Is that a
Running
deer?
through a shower.
Look at it
taking a
go.
shower and brushing my
I love
teeth.
Karina's curiosity. It makes the journey interesting for everyone.
She did say she always wanted
Yeah,
to travel.
I saved the rest of the fancier grooming for skincare.
Time to get to work.
What was that weird bell all about? You're telling me
I
that
kinda like-
Pools will really
I like
show
Cat
up
Guy.
if we ring it?
Picools have
Like
very
cat guy the
acute
most.
hearing, and Milpas train them well.
Because
Sounds great.
other guys,
Will
that
always be
sword
welcome
is
in
just
this
too
convoy.
fucking slow.
I mean, it
I'll be
is
taking this.
very unwieldy.
And I love me some oversized swords. Like, come on. But you gotta swing a little bit faster. If you're not a swinger,
Don't drop your keys in the bowl.
yes. If you're not a swinger, don't drop your oversized sword in the bowl.
Okay,
does them
you
at
might
once.
need a link anyway, because
Anime and game character themed. I mean,
yeah.
I may just, like, if they do sell, like, anyway, like, send me a link.
Nice. Got it.
So I was, because I cannot focus on anything to save my life, I kind of dissociated into looking for people who can't hang out and live with any of the Mountain Dew. The possum on it.
Yeah, I saw the
Should
Mountain
have paid
Dew
more
AI
attention to how an
song.
alm is supposed to act.
Oh, they taught us how to be a good alm back
And I
in
ran
June.
across
Alms
a
must
shirt
follow
that
a
I
healthy
should have sent you a
lifestyle.
link
Early
to.
bed, early to
Like,
rise,
it's
stuff like that.
just,
That's been my practice
I am
this whole
Jeremy
time.
doing Jeremy things for you to give to your brother for his birthday. Cool. Pen's gonna link Etsy on Discord.
Fantastic. All right, let's see. Can I? Is that a single sword or is that a lance? I don't know what weapon that is. So ice, thunder, wind. Okay, so this is the Rune Knight. It doesn't tell me what you are. but I want to unlock this class. The power of the moon surges within me.
Yeah, it's called having a period. Sorry.
Okay, that is a lance.
That is a lance.
I am now Pokey McPokerson. Class change to Aegis. Okay, so that's a tank class. That is a melee class.
You're a tank class. Actually, I'm the tank class out of the two of us. I'm too slow to be anything else.
Alright. Already learned. Points needed 5.
Look, he turned into Excalibur Sonic.
I mean, kinda. Can I... How do I change back? Or can I change back? Nightblade. Sure. Let's learn Thunder Saber. Convert into 6. Okay, well, I've got Elemental Blade and Thunder Saber. I don't know how to switch back to that class. I can change Vessel. Okay, there we go. I can... There we go. Change back to you. There we go. Moves. I've got Explode, Fireball, and Thunder Saber.
I'll show you a Thunder Saber.
I mean, that sounds like a threat. Aegis. I mean, it's
I'm doing
Aegis.
okay in my role already.
It's...
You need to learn how to cut loose, Morley.
Because, I did not like my Latin teacher.
Just being vindictive on through the years.
Alright, so I really did not like my Latin teacher. Like, just... She was kind of a bitch. And she was really disassociated from certain points of reality. She was of German descent, and her father worked for the Nazi Party. And didn't really see anything wrong with that.
That's upsetting, and she should not have been employed by the public school system.
Got some syrup.
Yeah.
That is some private school bullshit.
She also had an incredibly thick accent, and it made learning Latin, of all things, very difficult. Alright. Why did it not put...
I did not take Latin, but like almost everyone in my friend group did. And I think through freshman and sophomore years, I cannot remember her name. She was very old and gave no fucks at all. They learned Latin. They did. They learned their shit. But like, she was a character. And then Miss Mathis came in, who was much younger and ended up being the coach that took the place of Mr. Everett for the decathlon team. And apparently she was decidedly more structured about everything, but also gave very few fucks. And so, like, I heard complaints about the first teacher on occasion because she was just her. I did not hear a single complaint about Miss Mathis, though.
The original Latin teacher my freshman year was a much more interesting guy. He was New York born and bred.
Yeah, North Carolina for some goddamn reason.
In North Carolina for some goddamn reason. He looked like the uptight colonel from MASH. The TV show, not the movie. With very similar hair, but it was more kind of like Bozo the Clown, because it kind of like went out a little bit. Like he was bald, except for like, it kind of went out on the side. Like, almost if Wolverine kind of...
With male pattern baldness.
Male pattern baldness, but he had like... He didn't have... Like, if he had mutton chops, that's where it would have turned into. But he was clean-shaven. He looked exactly like the corporal. And he was like Jon Stewart level Jewish. Like, I'm Jewish, I don't really care unless someone says something, and then I'm gonna care.
More culturally, ethnically Jewish, less
practicing Jewish, yes.
Yeah.
And he looked, the way he dressed, like he was a public high school teacher, and he had like the jacket with the elbow patches.
Nice.
And you just looked at him and you just expected him to have a bottle of bourbon at any given moment. Just hidden in his desk or in his briefcase. Like, you just expected him to have a bottle of bourbon.
There is a part of me that is sitting here going, goals for, like, gender presentation when I want to feel more masculine when I'm, like, 60.
But ages disagree. It is, but we covered, I mean, basically the Greek history got absorbed by the Romans because, you know, that's what happens. Oh, look, you have a pantheon. We don't. Well, I made this.
Yeah.
Oh, you have gods? We don't. We should fix that. We don't know what we're doing.
And then presented to everybody. Your macaroni art, like, see? Yeah.
I want to get closer.
No, I took sign language in high school.
I would have much rather taken sign language. Because
I had tried taking Spanish and I had tried taking French, and I don't know if it's part of audio processing shit or what, but like there's a disconnect and I just can't. It's part of why I'm learning to read Korean, but I can't
Karina
speak
almost
it.
tripped over some guy earlier.
I completely get that because I took Spanish freshman year. My Spanish teacher was also from New York, and he had a thick Brooklyn accent, and that trying to teach you Spanish was difficult. Ironically, the people who had the most problems with it were the Puerto Rican kids at my school, because they're like, you are mispronouncing every goddamn thing. And he's like, no, I'm not. It's like, oh, we're not. And it was just...
Taking this?
It sounds like a trip. Admittedly, the first 3 times I was taught Spanish, the first time was by high school students.
Hey.
Doing their, like, it was part of, like, their senior project or whatever in Spanish, was come and teach us elementary schoolers some Spanish. But we're talking high school kids from the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, teaching little kids from the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, Spanish. And then I learned from someone who was Argentinian. And then I learned from someone who is actually Spanish. So I'm getting, like, there were so many disconnects because of the dialectical differences that, like, Spanish was just, I can read a lot of it, but, like, it was not gonna happen. But yeah, no, my, somehow all of the queer kids ended up in ASL. Well, it's ASL or Latin. And
Where are the real monsters at?
our teacher was such a see you next Tuesday. She graduated from Texas Christian University. She actually at some point, like, it was like the first day of class, because I took sign language the first 3 years of high school. It was like our first day back after summer, and she said something about, like, well, my husband bought me a Lexus because I deserve one. And apparently would monitor our private conversations while her back was turned, watching the reflection in the TV. And if we said anything queer, because we're all fucking queer, she'd turn around and oh God. She was yelling and also yelling about how inappropriate that was. It's like, but
Don't waste too much time.
she was something in the face.
Sounds like it. Anyone's like, he bought me a Lexus because I deserve it.
Yeah. Between that and the Texas Christian, I guarantee you she's some prosperity gospel living bitch. Like several of my relatives. But yeah, at the end of every semester, our project would be, and we had to, increase the difficulty every semester.
Is that rock?
To translate and sign a song. And not just like the words, but like
I think they're elemental
singing the
spirits here,
song in sign language.
but nothing happens when you touch it.
Remember
And-
this place so we can return later. Let's head to Rata first.
Almost everyone ended up with B's, including myself, because our music choices were inappropriate. One of my really good friends chose Goodbye Earl. And Ms. Brigham did not like that. I chose Tracy Chapman song. It was, yeah. I'm pretty sure you'd have to like bust out some Doris Day or Lawrence Welk or something to pass her appropriateness test.
Oh God, every time I think of Lawrence Welk, I think of Phil. Because of the Saturday Night Live skits with oh God, Kristen Wiig, where it's the sister singers and she's the one with the giant forehead and the tiny hands. And me up by myself. Just because Phil would do that all the yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, every time I think of Lawrence Welk, I think of Andy B to Z Williams. Seriously, his parents gave him the entire alphabet, a name for each letter, and then his last name. I guess I saw the birth certificate. Like it's a thing. So he was Andy B to Z Williams, and if you couldn't guess, Mormon.
No, I couldn't guess that.
But also, very gay. And he had an interesting time trying to like be himself at school and then be whatever his parents wanted at home, and like, boy, I know that fucking struggle. But he would regularly bust out with Lawrence Welk songs, like, because again, Mormon. Yeah.
You know, I don't think I could say a Lawrence Welk song if my life depended on
I
it.
couldn't. I would know it if I heard it, but like I couldn't name one.
Well, I mean, it took me forever to recognize Johnny Cash in Fallout. There's the one song that plays when Maximus is trying to get his armor back from a couple of raiders, and he beats them to death with a toilet seat cover.
Okay.
And I couldn't hear the lyrics because of the beating the shit out of each other with a toilet seat, but it was the guitar. And I'm like, I should know this. Why do I know this? Why can I not think of what this is? Because it's one of his not more popular songs. And it's one that my grandmother fucking listened to all the time. But I could not place that it was a fucking Johnny Cash song to save my life.
In any case, he would have no trouble pinning a petty
Yeah.
crime on an innocent bystander.
It still
Wish a step in before
surprises
this
me
escalates
how
into
many
something we
people
can't
think that Nine Inch Nails covered Johnny Cash with Hurt. Because it was very much the other way around. But the number of people like who latched onto it because of Johnny Cash and then discovered that Nine Inch Nails, they just assumed that Nine Inch Nails was the covering artist.
I mean,
Welcome. What'll it
I
be?
get it. I do.
I mean, Hurt, the way Johnny Cash sings it, it sounds like it was written for him. Like,
Yeah.
but no.
Okay.
I should get some Johnny Cash songs for my bass. I started playing some Everclear last night. I think probably because I was thinking about the beach trip, and I always hear Santa Monica playing in my head
What'll it
every
be?
time Livett and I like start making our way into the water. Swim out past the breakers and watch the world die.
Yeah, I love the tale, but that's just fantastic. I really don't want to buy another.
That is the most interesting, clever, but interesting combination of like paladin and monk in one like character design. It's very interesting.
I mean, that's apparently a Rune Knight class, and then his base class is Guard. And then the Aegis pen. Aegis. A.
Are you ageist?
No, I'm the Fonz. A.
Yeah, no. I still think it is very funny, that interview with the... And I don't even know who he was. This is some, like, Democrat talking head somebody. And the interviewing anchor was
Stop
like,
this. Karina isn't a thief.
so
You've got the wrong person.
age isn't a problem anymore? And the dude goes, not in our campaign.
Let me be perfectly clear. She stole nothing from you.
I was like,
If you reprobates will not
I
surrender the key, you can
mean-
go looking for it. This girl will be held
Just come out of the gate swinging.
She was dumbfounded. Like, she just could not get words out to respond to that.
There's a line from Dragon Ball Z Abridged where Vegeta's like, "You all had best duck, because I'm about to turn right and I don't want to hit you with my dick." And I'm just like,
How?
that's the same energy there. Just...
Can't find it, huh? Then we'll all get killed. We can
Yeah.
You're coming with us.
I may be a newcomer, but I'm no thief, you morons. You...
We believe you.
Okay.
Guess I gotta search the town.
Now you gotta search the town, because apparently our person got arrested for something.
I have,
There's no
and
way
I
Karina
have
stole
had.
from that
X
blowhard.
gonna give it
Just
to
you
you
wait.
stuck in my
I'll
head.
find that key. It's
For
gotta
like
be
a
somewhere
week
in
now.
town. I'll ask around and see if anyone has a lead. I can handle this.
Because I rewrote it for the ants that I was trying to get rid of.
Yes.
I,
This
Rowan.
shit is mine, motherfucker.
Rowan, come here. I have had Madonna's Like a Prayer stuck in my head.
That's interesting.
So it's in Deadpool, and Ryan Reynolds has an amazing story about it, because he wanted to do that song in the first movie, and just it didn't happen. And so he goes on TV and he's talking to the talk show host about. I said, so I say we've got to do this movie, Deadpool, Wolverine. This is the perfect time. Like, we're never going to get a more perfect chance, especially since we've got Hugh Jackman. And so like we reach out and we're like, we'd like to license the song, and like Madonna's people, like this is the conversation. Madonna's people are like, yeah, we don't really license out that song. Like, that's not a song that we license often. Like, so like we'd have to have a sit down and talk about it, and figure out like what, like, in what context is it going to be used. And so he's like, so I get invited over to Madonna's house. and I'm sitting here going, do I call her Madonna? And her assistant, like, you can call her Madonna, you can call her M. He's like, I'm going to call her Madonna. Like, I just, like, that is her name, that is her title. That is... And he's just like, I'm freaking out.
It's like calling Cher anything
but
other than Cher.
Yeah. And so he's like,
A man named
so
Pizarro asked us to search for something of
I
his.
walk them through, like,
Do
we
you see a
have the
missing key
scene,
anywhere?
and we show what we're going to do with it and how we want to use the song. And she's like,
It looks like one of the magistrates.
no, I've got a better idea. And like
Maybe what you're looking for
retweaks
is
the
in
scene. and makes it better.
Do you mind if I check inside?
And she's like, yeah, if you do it this way, you can totally use it. And he's like, I would totally, this way is so much better than my way. And so we got to use the song, and I got a better scene out of it. And I'm just like,
There it is.
do we give her credit? They're like, is this writing credit?
I
Do you need to be a part of the guild?
I cannot wait to
that
fucking
really
see
you?
that movie. I cannot wait.
Don't worry. I've been keeping tabs on the situation.
It is just
Magistrate. I'll meet you there.
watching him just fanboy out over the life that he has.
Yeah.
Planning on getting
And I'm
us
like,
the key
you
for
sir, you made this life. Like, yes, you did shitty movies,
Better go back and
like-
check on them.
Hey,
Green Lantern.
never talk to me and Van Wilder ever again.
Don't talk to me or my son Van Wilder. Look, okay, I will legitimately say I loved The Proposal. Him and Sandra Bullock.
I never
mean-
saw it.
Betty White's in it, and Betty White is just like the icing on the cake. That is
Yeah.
that movie. Like the rest of the movie is good. It has some
Like-
great moments,
Yeah.
and you know everyone's like, oh, it's just good because of Betty White. No, it's good on its own, but Betty White just makes it.
I mean, Betty White makes everything better.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Please be reincarnated and come back.
Have you located
As someone equally as badass.
Hey, mister. There's something
Almost
stuck to your
serious.
back.
Very, very dark and serious times.
Yes,
Oh, look.
we definitely
I
need it.
think it's a key. Is this
but yeah,
one
so
people look all over
I-
town for?
This,
Guess it was
I
here
should have
all
started out with
along.
this one. This one is less.
How
Less
did,
hoppy?
did it?
No, it's
Well, I'm not
Or less
surprised
good?
you didn't notice.
it's less good.
Even a magistrate doesn't have eyes up.
Although, again, maybe if it warms up a little, we'll see.
but like I do love that
So that key's
one of
gonna
the
be
lines
the whole
that
town?
it's in the movie and it's something that
wasted
Ryan
effort on
Reynolds
our
he's been saying on every
Don't
press
tell
release. It's like
anyone, but Val
Disney brought
actually
back
managed to
Hugh
find the
Jackman.
key.
He's going to be doing this until he's 90.
I just helped to get back.
Because you know that's
Hopefully
accurate.
This way we can all avoid any aspersions cast on our
Yeah.
Like you don't think about it until like I went back and rewatched there's the epic rap battles of history. There's Stan Lee versus
Balthazar will be joining us for the voyage, unfortunately.
Jim Henson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And like
was in
it
trouble back
it starts off with the two of them fighting each other and then realizing no we've actually got more in common, and like Jim Henson's passing was just
Devastating.
tragic and like a blow to the creative world. And then fucking Walt Disney comes in and he's like, no, I fucking own both of you, get back to the like it's like
I am the
cranking out machine line whimsy is,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
and reputational.
oh my god, that's accurate. It's like assembly line whimsy. Excuse me.
I
Now that all that funny business is over,
I blame Michael Eisner for a lot of shit. So much shit.
Okay, I was too young to
Yeah, we
get
better
this,
hurry onto that ship before it
but
departs.
now as an adult,
That is where you're
the
headed to,
joke,
right? Come on.
joke. There's a scene in Family Guy where Brian goes to California. He's trying to get famous as a screenwriter or director. Like he's trying to get into.
Totally missed when
And
Owen planted the key back
he's
on that
working at a
fish.
car
Oh,
detailing
at
place,
least
and
Karina's in
he
the
does
car.
Michael
She'll be
Eisner's
able to set
car.
sail now. Am I missing anything?
And he's like,
Better check before
"Thank you,
getting
Mr.
on
Eisner."
board.
It's like, it's got that new car smell. Plus, a complimentary screenplay that I've written. He's like, "Oh, I'd love to give you. What's your name?" It's like Brian. So let's see. He reaches in and pulls out a set of Mickey Mouse ears that has Brian written on it, like just because he just has. It's like Brian. There you go. Come to Disneyland. Bring money.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's so accurate. He did not like.
So I actually lived in Florida during, at some point during Michael Eisner's reign.
Reign of terror.
Around the time that the rumors of
At the prim.
kids being kidnapped in Disney World by Disney World started taking off. And
Rowan,
you know, we
don't
had
hop
season
up there.
passes and all.
Rowan.
Lauren, I wasn't
here.
expecting that trick of yours. It was pretty risky considering the target.
I was this
I like to
close
keep
to
things
pulling what I
interesting.
would do in a fairy
What a
ring and
coincidence
like
that we
banging
meet
pots and
again.
pans. Like, I'm here, take
You
me.
left so suddenly last time.
Rowan. You do not need to jump up on
Rowan.
the game shelf.
You two looked like you had everything covered.
He's like, oh
Traveling
no.
with some new friends.
I'm gonna
I
get picked
see.
up. I don't want to get picked up.
Yeah,
I'll leave.
They're alms too.
It's like, you don't have to
Irina,
leave,
the
son.
alm of wind, and Morley.
But I don't want to get picked up.
Really?
There's also not a skip cutscene.
The tail.
Oh, there is a skip cutscene. There
It's
we
a tail.
go.
Well, that was weird.
Oh, it's the dancing shopkeeper guy.
Anyone knows how and why the
He's been in it
came
since the
about.
Super Nintendo. There's always an innkeeper or shopkeeper that's just always doing that funky little dance, and it's like they just brought him back.
Welcome.
That's awesome.
We've got what you need.
I love it.
Come again.
All right, I get to talk to all my people. Hello, Catman. Morley. Morley.
Gilmore. Okay, I couldn't pull up his name to save my life. Just like he's the franchise's Gilmore. Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
Spirits?
Just started
Something's
rewatching.
wrong. This
Well,
guy
I
should
guess
look like
not
this.
really
Anyone know-
rewatching. Catching up, finishing up. Season 2, and I'm kind of like dead in the middle of it. And Cass sent me a polo, I think like a week before I went up there,
You okay, Hina?
where she
Boat's
references
pitching quite a
something,
bit.
and then I poloed her back, and I was like, I'm at this episode, I haven't seen that yet, and she's like, oh no, spoilers, and I was like, I don't care about spoilers, it's fine, but I'd completely forgotten about it because it's been like a month.
And then you get to that point, it's like, oh, I remember.
And then I watched it last night. And I was like, oh, that's what you were
This is
talking
some storm.
Careful of the swell.
Oh, hey, look, a boss fight.
Woo!
Capsize the ship
Oh.
at this rate.
He was scared.
Ow. Oh, I can beat up on your thingies. Ow. Where? No. That's what I want. Because I have a feeling casting lightning on and it's going to do more damage to the guy in the water.
I've seen this in time.
I mean, so have I. Ow.
I lost it. It's gone. There was something there, and then hentai just totally derailed me.
I mean, hentai.
And not for the reasons that anyone would suspect. Or maybe it's just ADHD.
I mean, hentai typically derails me. Oh, I'm out of MP.
That blows.
gonna hit you in
crawl
your...
up that nose beak situation and do some stabby from the inside.
I mean,
Speaking of hentai.
We're getting dangerously into Ant-Man goes into Thanos' butt territory.
Oh, Paul Rudd. Never change. He probably won't. He's stayed the same forever.
I mean, yeah.
Not. I'm sure as a person, but
He does not age.
in fact, he may be pulling a Benjamin Button. Like, he came to stardom as an old man, and then we're just watching him get younger.
Oh, he's doing something.
Yep. If you wanted to eat them, though, that's the wrong way to tilt the ship. Like, just visit. His mouth is right there. That's what she said.
Now don't stop attacking.
Which, if you haven't heard Megan Thee Stallion's Cobra rock remix with Spirit Box, well, speaking of,
I mean, that was me getting swiped with a tendril. He is little tentacles.
Now's our chance.
speaking of Disney and just being money and vacuum, I hate how many really funny things are
He summoned a bunch of electric jellyfish? And now he's lifting the boat up again?
and they're dancing jellyfish, so maybe you're about to be sent to be crucified.
I mean, huge.
Man. Not been making use of Paramount Plus plan in a spend spot. Also,
Oh, that wasn't enough to kill him. It was look how close that super awesome attack got.
one. One.
Oh, he summoned more jellyfish.
Nope.
I've seen his mouth. I mean,
But yeah, since it's Paramount and Viacom, Nickelodeon, it also has the good dub.
the good stuff. Yes. Not Disney stuff.
No,
Disney stuff is
they fucked it up.
terrible. Well, what I love is, so I have the NBC app, and Amber wanted to watch the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch it for 20 minutes.
Because you didn't have my login?
Because it's like, oh, if you watch it from the app, you have to link the app to your cable or
Because
satellite
you didn't
provider.
have my login.
But like, no, for that, the NBC app. But like, I go and I download the Peacock app, and it just signs me into your account because it's already been on our Roku account. But I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't watch this on your base account.
Which I have to re-download Peacock, so that I can catch up on the Olympics. Because, okay, I love a lot of the winter sports. I really, really do. But, like, I love a lot more of the summer sports. And I don't care if it's 3 days old. I want to see the BMX competition and the surfing competition with the bare ass. And the
I just keep looking at it. It's like, I want
Hey, you two. That was some impressive fighting.
to see certain events, and I can't find when their timing is. Because, like, so one of them, there's one of the fencing matches that's already happened. Because one of the big things is apparently the competitor announces that she was 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is fucking dangerous.
Sometimes I can turn monsters into stones when I fight them.
The number of people who have gotten stabbed with broken tips,
So,
she said. But
Well, maybe
athletes,
something we'll
though.
never
Like, that's just a whole nother mindset. Yeah.
But I've also... Oh, that's the whole fucking demo? Okay, well, we're 15 minutes early.
I feel like...
Visions of mana.
I don't think this is a dream. I think this is actually a memory that, like, one of my coaches in high school actually, like, ran a marathon when she was 6 months pregnant. And I was... No. She was the one who tried to convince me to join the cross-country team. Kinda wish I had. Just saying, for competition, for different meets and stuff, they got to go to cooler places than we did for the softball team.
But, like, there's a couple of... But I also saw one thing on... I think Libet sent it to me about fencing. It's like... It was a guy just literally hopping forward and just doing that, like, 4 or 5 times and then, like, lunging and getting a point. And it's just like...
I mean, gotta psych them out. Be a frog for a minute.
Be a frog for a minute. But I'm like, I used to love fencing, and then the more I watch, it's like, this is not, and like, I have to distinguish. It is not combat.
Fighting. It is not combat.
It is, fencing is now its own sport. And that's something that I had to come to terms with, like, back in college. Because a friend of mine...
I forgot about the fridge.
A friend of mine took fencing, and it's like, he's like, you can score by poking your opponent on the back if you can get the tip to curve. That's what she said. And I'm like, no sword on the planet is ever going to do that and still be dangerous.
But, you know, broken tip of an epi, it'll still get you.
It'll still get you. Have you seen how much testing the visors have to go through?
Oh, yeah.
I watched one of their tests. Like, they took a broken foil and they basically put it on a punch machine and set the mask, and it just jabbed into it. It's like, well, if it pierces the mesh, the mask fails. I'm like, no shit!
So they attached a saber to a sex machine. Yeah, no. My Auntie Dawn, queer family, Auntie Dawn, is a fencer. And while not at the Olympic level, has won several national titles and stuff. So I'm not going to say I'm totally in tune with the world of fencing, but I know more than the average person would.
Yeah.
Because it's fairly obscure.
I mean, it is.
So this is the power of the spirit.
Class changed to dancer. Okay.
Prancer and Vixen. She is clearly Vixen.
So we're gonna swap out the wind class for you. See what class you get.
Robin Hood. Or
I was gonna
Puss
say,
in Boots.
yeah, I was gonna say Puss in Boots. That's exactly where I was gonna go with that. Puss in Boots.
Yeah. Nomad, right? No, you are Puss in Boots. But he can do the same, like, eyes.
Okay, what about you? If I... Or was that the class you had previously? Was the Power of the Moon? Are you Sailor Moon? Are you? No, this is new. Okay, so you had not had this. You still use the fans, which,
I'm
okay.
loving the hair, though. Like,
Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Moon Charterer.
Charterer. There are some words that just have too many R's. Kind of like femininity has too many I's.
And ins.
And then it turns into like my memento.
Memento.
A squid? A huge
In the battle. Oh, is that all? Cool.
Well, I won't let it. Come on, everyone!
So, alright, I've changed everyone's class. Now, I have a normal sword, which does less damage, but I attack a hell of a lot faster. But I
Yeah,
also
you
have, I did not buy the special sword.
Excuse me. So it's just straight physical damage?
Yeah. Well, I'm also doing the electrical with mine,
Yeah.
but, you know,
The sword itself.
yeah. But I was curious to see, like, what other classes we had access to in this demo. Because that was, so one of the big things about the Mana series, which, you know, it's funny that it's a thing about the Mana series in the game that came out that took forever to actually come out in North America, was Trials of Mana, or Seiken Densetsu 3. Like, you had a promotion system. You had your base class, and then you picked either a light upgrade or a dark upgrade. And then that was your first promotion, and then after that you had another upgrade, either dark or light. So you could go light, 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 dark, 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 or dark, light. And like each of those class options, the four that you have toward the end, are drastically different in terms of like what abilities they learn.
Yeah.
Like one of the main characters that you can pick in that game, and there's like 6 characters that you could pick. You pick 3 of, and so like there's basically 3 main stories because 2 of each of the 6 characters share a main villain and basic story arc.
Yeah.
But like one of the characters, she's a Valkyrie who uses a lance, and so like one of her entire class like skill trees is all of her abilities buff everyone in your party. That's it. Like she just does tons of physical or elemental or just tons of buffs. The exact opposite is she just does debuffs. She debuffs the hell out of all of the enemies, and insane levels of debuff.
You made him sneeze energy balls.
I mean, he's been shooting balls at me for a minute. But yeah, like, and neither class is really better than the other for any particular reason. Okay, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah?
Not it
No,
did not kill
he
him.
did not like it.
Um,
Again, wrong direction if you want nom.
I don't think he wants. I think he's like they're too close to me. Get away from my. I can't see you. Look at my
I
pupils.
don't have my bifocals on. I can't fucking find them, and you're too damn close.
Alright, so I feel like this character's also main element, because like I don't have an element equipped, and my abilities are explosion and fireball. So I feel like his main element, once you get it, is going to be the fire elemental.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're on.
But what looks interesting on this is like you can change classes more on the fly by equipping the elemental. It also looks like you can kind of keep certain abilities after switching classes, which I do kind of fucking love that. I really do love systems that you get to do that with, because it's not frequent.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
But when you learn a thing, you learn a thing.
yeah.
Unless you're busy screaming.
I mean, yes. But all, I gotta say, this is...
Who needs to know how to tie their shoes when you have all of the lyrics from 90s R&B songs in your head permanently? Like,
Why is my brain...
they got Velcro shoes. I don't need to tie nothing.
I mean, I don't.
I wear flip flops sometimes anyway. I want to be barefoot. And flip flops are as close as I can get. Because you're such a cute.
I want to see if I can build up my special attack meter again. I wonder if I can... I don't think I can change classes in the middle of combat. I don't believe I can do that. Because I'm like, can I see what the other ability is? We saw the wind one. I want to see what the moon one is.
Well, speaking of as someone who has changed classes like IRL, it is really hard to do when you're in crisis. So it makes sense that you can't do it during battle.
Alright, 75%. Can I get to 100% and use my ability again to kill him?
Let me.
I feel like that glowing orb was something important. But I really wanted to try this game because a lot of people were complaining about it online, because anytime one of these franchises comes up with a new game, everyone's like, it's so awful. So far it's not bad. I feel like they're throwing a lot more than the previous game that just came out, which again was a remake of a game that was on the fucking Super Nintendo. So I get it.
I kind of dig the demo, like throwing you in the middle, though.
Yeah.
Instead of just
At the
how
start of
slow
the
the beginning is.
That's one reason why I really don't like live streaming RPGs, because the first hour and a half is mostly just getting through exposition.
Yeah.
And enough to kill him.
Nice.
I hope.
That's.
Nope.
Damn it.
Oh well. But yeah, we're about out of time, so we'll go ahead and end the stream.
Really cool looking attack.
I was gonna say that's a really cool attack. That would have been really cool if you killed him right there.
Bold move gotten. Let's see how it pans out.
But check it out. Visions of Mana demo. It's available on the PS5. I think it's available on Steam as well because I think it's coming out on both platforms. Not 100% sure, but I know it's coming out on the PS4 also because I originally had it pre-ordered for the PS4 and then I got a PS5. I was like, well, let me get it on the PS5 because I need games for my PS5 to justify the purchase.
Excuse me.
So go check it out. In the meantime, I've got Unicorn Overlord going up during the week, so check that out. And I'll be back next week, same hat time, same hat channel for another live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't know I was going to do this until yesterday. So,
Which is earlier than usual.
which is, that was a full 24 hours of notice
Instead of 4.
instead of 4 or 40 minutes of
Or 40
notice.
minutes.
But yeah, anything else?
I ain't done shit. Yeah.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Like, I have been doing things, just nothing for the outside world to consume. I guess if you really feel like you need some liberal churchin', I could link you to the Zoom call for Sunday morning church. That's it. That's all I can offer you.
That's all I got. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And we'll see you next time.
We'll be there.
Bye.
Bye.